Sometimes, one story can change the way you see your life. Sometimes, it reminds you that your situation is not your destiny. Welcome to Mindful Momentum, where stories are not just heard, they are felt. In a small, forgotten village, there lived a boy named Ariv. His pockets were always empty, but his heart carried dreams far bigger than his surroundings. Ariv was born into poverty, not the kind written in books, but the kind that whispers hunger at night and fear in the morning. His house was made of mud. When rain came, water entered freely. When winter arrived, cold slept beside them. His father worked as a daily laborer. Some days he earned. Some days he returned empty-handed. His mother stitched clothes late into the night, eyes tired, fingers aching. Yet still, money never stayed. Villagers often said loudly, "Poverty is destiny." Children repeated what elders said. Teachers lowered expectations. Dreams were quietly discouraged. Ariv heard it all, every single day, but something inside him refused to accept it. He didn't know how life would change. He only knew one thing. He did not want to live small. Every morning, before sunrise, Ariv walked miles to school, barefoot sometimes, hungry often, carrying books heavier than his bag. Other children wore clean uniforms. Ariv wore patched clothes. They laughed. They whispered. They pointed. "Why do you study so much?" they mocked. "People like us don't become anything." Ariv stayed silent, but inside his mind, a quiet voice replied, "Watch me at night, when the village slept, when lights went off, when silence ruled." Ariv sat under a dim streetlight, reading borrowed books, pages torn, words incomplete, but dreams crystal clear. His mother once asked softly, "Why do you push yourself so much?" Ariv looked at his empty plate and said calmly, "Because I don't want my children to see this." Years passed. Life tested him harder. His father fell sick. Work stopped. Debt arrived without knocking. Relatives gathered with advice. Remove the boy from school. Let him earn. Dreams don't feed stomachs. Ariv listened quietly. That night, he didn't sleep. By morning, he made a decision. He would work, and he would study. No excuses. During the day, he carried loads, cleaned shops, helped farmers. Hands cracked, back bent, sweat poured. At night, he opened books, eyes burning, mind exhausted, but discipline alive. There were nights when hunger screamed louder than hope. Days when failure followed him like a shadow. Moments when quitting felt reasonable. But Ariv remembered one thing. Poverty stole his comfort, not his thinking. While others rested, he practiced. While others complained, he prepared. While others waited for luck, he built habits. Years went by like this. Slow, painful, relentless. One day, a teacher noticed him, asked gently, "Why don't you ever give up?" Ariv replied quietly, "Because my future deserves respect." Opportunities came slowly, not miracles, just small chances. A scholarship form, a recommendation, a door slightly open. Ariv grabbed it with both hands. The city was cruel, crowded, fussed, unforgiving. People were smarter, competition ruthless, failure common. Ariv failed exams, missed selections, faced rejection after rejection. But every failure taught him something. Not to shrink, but to rise. He learned skills, improved discipline, controlled spending, managed time. Years later, the boy with empty pockets stood confident, calm, focused. Money came slowly. Respect followed later. Peace arrived quietly. One day, Ariv returned to his village. People gathered. The same eyes that mocked before now watched in silence. A child asked him, "How did you escape poverty?" Ariv smiled softly and replied, "I didn't escape poverty. I outgrew it." That evening, he stood outside his old house, touched the cracked walls, and felt proud because success didn't start when he earned money. It started the day he dared to think big. And if this story reached you, if it reminded you of your own struggles, your own silent dreams. Then remember this: your background decides where you start, not where you end. Empty pockets can be filled, but an empty mindset is dangerous. If you believe stories like this matter, if you want more stories that build mindset, discipline, and hope, then stay with this journey. Subscribe to Mindful Momentum, because every step forward begins with the right thought. Think big, work hard, stay disciplined, because poverty is not the enemy. Small thinking is.